So coming back to the upper room, the time is quickly approaching for their faith to be tested, as they're going to witness the arrest and the murder of their Lord. And as Jesus has already revealed, they're not going to handle this test well. All of them will be scattered. And specifically focusing on Peter and his boasting, he reveals, you're going to deny me. And again, as Peter is proclaiming his bravery before the Lord, his willingness to die for Jesus, he was promised that as he saw what was unfolding, he was going to deny he knew Jesus 3 times. Peter doesn't seem to be convinced by this, by the way. As we're going to see later, he seems determined to prove Jesus wrong. You remember when they get to the garden where Jesus is betrayed, and the officers and the Roman cohort from the chief priests come? Peter whips out his sword and starts swinging in the face of a bunch of Roman soldiers. He's showing his bravery. He's going to prove the Lord wrong. Peter truly did have a measure of bravery as long as he was with Christ bodily, as long as he could see him face to face. He trusted his own bravery. He was shoulder to shoulder with his brother and with his Lord, with his master. But when Christ is taken away, when he's bound and arrested, when he's taken to the court of the high priest and interrogated and struck by an officer, when Jesus' physical being is held captive and taken away from Peter and humiliated, and the murderous intent of those who were bringing this upon Jesus was understood, that's when Peter's faith is tested. Christ had spoken many words of promise, many words of comfort and truth and assurance. And now in the face of his impending death, would Peter believe those promises? And just as Jesus foretold, no, he would not. He stumbled badly. He swore with an oath that he didn't even know Jesus. Brothers and sisters, do you see yourself in Peter? We can have such great confidence in our abilities, even our resolve to do good, out of love for the Lord. But just like Peter, we can think far too highly of ourselves. We are weak. We are prone to stumbling. And our supposed strength is often one of our greatest weaknesses. But consider this incredible thought. Jesus Christ came to save the weak. He came to save the sinful. He came to save those who stumble in times of testing. Remember, Christ announced Peter's denial right before giving him all these wonderful promises. In the same breath. They belong to people like Peter. Those who are weak. It is to that very stumbling, faithless man that Christ made the promises. And so it is with us. It's not the strength or stability of your faith that saves you. It's the object of your faith that saves you. Listen to this wonderful quote. It's from a sermon from the 17th century pastor John Owen. A little faith gives a whole Christ. He who has the least faith has as true an interest, though not as clear an interest, in the righteousness of Christ as the most steadfast believer. Others may be more holy than he, but no one in the world is more righteous than he, for he is righteous with the righteousness of Christ. You who have but a weak faith have yet a strong Christ, so that though all the world should set itself against your little faith, it should not prevail. Sin can't do it. Satan can't do it. Hell can't do it. Though you take but weak and faint hold on Christ, He takes sure, strong, and unconquerable hold on you. Jesus Christ takes special care of them that are weak in faith, so that at what account soever they are sick, weak, and unable, this good shepherd takes good care of them. Brothers and sisters, your very imperfect, sometimes maybe even faltering faith takes hold of the entire Savior. It isn't your weak hold on Him that saves you, but His unfailing hold on you. It's not your faithfulness that is your hope. It's His.